I'm Dutch and I became fluent in Russian. And one of the reasons why my Russian sounds so natural is because I spent hundreds of hours, even more, listening to native content in Russian. Because listening to native content in Russian will give you, first of all, as many benefits. It's going to improve your vocabulary and grammar passively because you're just taking up the words and sounds and the grammatical constructions without really consciously paying attention to it. The second thing is that this will improve your listening skills a lot because every minute you spend listening, your brain will better understand spoken Russian. And the third thing, this is a little bit less tangible. This will make sure that your Russian will start sounding like so natural because you're just listening, like your brain absorbs natural speech and then also outputs this natural speech. So I'm a big fan of native content in Russian, and there's different types you can do that. You can just watch movies and series, like stuff that's like thought up, or you can actually watch real content in Russian. And I'm a big fan of the second thing. So in this video, I want to share with you 3 Russian language YouTube channels that I watched a lot in the beginning. And these three are all beginner friendly, either because they have English subtitles or because they're just relatively easy. And I'm going to give you one bonus one at the end, which is more for intermediate speakers. All right, let's get started. So the first YouTube channel that I watched a lot was Орел и Решка. This literally means heads or tails, or like eagle and grid. And it's heads and tails because it's a travel program in which they travel all over, like to a city in the world. And there's 2 presenters. And in the beginning, they flip a coin. And it's going to be heads or tails. The presenter who gets it right will get like the золотая карта, the golden card.
Да, только посмотрите, мы прилетели туда, где райские острова. И я прям боюсь подбрасывать.
А что ты боишься,
очень. Для меня это самый... Я хочу здесь по-богатому быть.
Ну ты везде хочешь быть по-богатому.
Ну иди ты в баню тут шариться по-бедному,
давай? Давай, подбрасывай.
Подбрасывай.
Порешаем. Везде красиво.
На, орел.
Орешка.
Привет, Мальдивы. Ну как? Да ну как?
Meaning that they can, like for a weekend, they just like unlimited budget. So they can go skydiving, take a helicopter ride over a city, just take the coolest fancy hotel. And the other one will need to survive in the city with $100. So I love this because it shows like different ways of experiencing the city. And whenever I travel somewhere, I quickly do a YouTube search like Орел и Решка, Barcelona, Dallas, or something like that. And they're not always English subtitles here. But what I love about this is because it's a travel show. It's so simple. Like imagine they're in the Netherlands and they're like, смотри, какая красивая мельница. It's like, look, what a beautiful windmill. And because they're pointing at it, you associate like мельница with windmill. So watching this is going to be great for your vocabulary. And another way to quickly upgrade your vocabulary is by downloading my 750 Russian English Cognate sheet in the link below. So the second YouTube channel that I watched a lot is Yuri Dud. This was or still is the biggest interview channel of Russia, of the Russian-speaking world. And Yuri Dud, now he's an иностранный агент because of his political views. But especially before the war, he just interviewed like famous people in Russia. And it's always good when there's like a singer or a comedian or just like a famous historian.
На улице минус 55. И это Колыма. Очень красивый и очень суровый край со страшным прошлым и сложным настоящим. Долгие годы Колыма была цитаделью сталинских репрессий. Одного из самых чудовищных периодов в русской истории. Через эти места прошло около 1 миллиона заключенных. При этом многие из них никаких преступлений не совершали. Десятки тысяч из них не вернулись отсюда домой. Сотни тысяч вернулись, но с переломанными здоровьем и жизнью. Заключенные ГУЛАГа добывали здесь золото.
And he would really dive into like the background of that person, their views on the thing that they're an expert at, what they think of Russian society. And it was like, it really gives like a sneak peek into the minds of successful people and of what they think of the current state of Russia. And what's especially great about the interviews of Yuri Dud is because it's like 2-3 hours of real conversation. It's just 2 guys or a girl and a guy talking to each other, and they add some travel there. And great for your vocabulary, and it's just an all-around nice experience to watch. So the third channel that I absolutely adore is from Anton Ptushkin. This is a travel channel, and he used to be one of the presenters for Орел и Решка, but he went his own way, and I'm very, very glad that he did, because whenever I feel like the closest thing to that I've experienced that is actually to traveling to a country is by watching an hour episode of Anton Ptushkin going somewhere.
Новый большой выпуск скорее о том, что сейчас происходит в зоне. О туризме, радиации, современном состоянии Припяти, о новой арке и о людях. Мы поговорим с гидами, сталкерами, туристами, съездим на современную экскурсию в зону, я покажу свои архивные видео с Чернобыля и Фукусимы и некоторые уникальные кадры и фотографии внутри разрушенного блока. Мы также пообщаемся с человеком, который там был. Посмотрим на Припять и Славутич с воздуха, а также на новую арку внутри. И разберемся, для чего она была построена. Но вначале немного истории.
Like the way he travels, he really takes you on a journey. Like the way he picks the activities that he's doing, the way he talks about things, the way that he even puts like the music in his videos. It's so, like, instead of going to Australia, I can just watch for an hour how he went to Australia, and it's so good. Unfortunately, he stopped making videos after the war started, or at least like his regular travel shows, and I really hope that in the future he will continue. Okay, and then the final recommendation for if you're more intermediate is there is a Russian comedy show called Samый умный комик, which stands for like the smartest comedian. And it is a show in which there are 4 comedians and they need to like create associations and guess what the right answer is to the question. And it is a lot of, and especially the comedian who's always there, Sasha Malloy, like the way his mind works, he comes up with these crazy associations that just always get me laughing. And I saw him a couple of times when he was performing here in Amsterdam. I also performed as a razagrev, like to warm up one time before his show. And he's a really cool guy. So it's fun to watch his show on YouTube as well. There are no English subtitles here, unfortunately. So I highly recommend you watch these YouTube channels because it's just real Russian, and your Russian will get so much better by spending time. And it's not even gonna feel like work because you're actually enjoying watching. Спасибо вам огромное за просмотр.